Hello, hello, good morning. How's it going? Yeah, Insomniac Social up late. Might as well go live and see what everybody's been up to. How's everybody doing? I know it's a last minute thing. We'll give it a few minutes for the chat room to fill up there. But yeah, we got one person waiting. Hello, hello. How goes it? How goes it? Well, good morning, good evening. Definitely a late night. How are you doing, guys? Um, yes, speak up so we can get the conversation going. Maybe just play some Christmas music in the background for the live. Um, so yeah, what's everybody up to? We got yeah, two concurrent viewers, and I guess we're waiting on some social people. It's all right. Well, I guess now we're down to zero. So let's see how this goes. I don't know. Maybe should have planned it out a little bit more, put a little bit more of a notification, but we'll give it a little bit, see how it goes. Average view duration. Alrighty then. Guess maybe we'll try to get this in frame a little better. Well, I guess it's a good time to mess around with settings and everything. Um, yeah, we'll give it some time. How's it going, guys? Um, yeah, rocking the Phobos Knives Calcula in S35VN steel. Yeah, just grab some gear. I'm sure we'll get into a whole bunch more gear as we go. But yeah, figured out have a late night insomniac social. I haven't had one of those in a while. We had a live last night at 8 p.m. Went pretty well. Did about a 2.5 hour live. Did you watch Stranger Things season five, sir? It's the last one. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, sorry, haven't watched that. But Stranger Things have happened. No, I'm not much of a television watcher. More of an outdoors kind of get stuff done, and yeah, not a huge television watcher. Is it? Yeah, and it's season five. So if I typically I don't watch stuff unless I catch the first season. Watch it consecutively. But no, I haven't watched Stranger Things yet. I've watched like The Walking Dead, the Big Bang Theory, a couple other shows here and there. Nothing major. But nope, I haven't seen that one yet. But sounding pretty good. We'll have to look into it at some point. Messy fan 67. Yeah, no, yeah, actually, I watched Fallout, the series based off the video game. The second season for that is coming out, I think, December. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks, I think, somewhere around the 14th or something. I think it was. What's everybody drinking? We're kicking back a monster drink. Probably part of the insomniac thing. No, I don't have a Swiss Army knife. I'm more of a multi-tool guy. Geez, I haven't used a Swiss Army knife in, geez, man, like over 30 years. But I just got the Leatherman Wave Plus a few weeks ago. This is my EDC multi tool, which the Surge was, but yeah, the Surge is more kind of like my off the pavement kind of multi tool. But yeah, I've looked into Victorinox a little bit. I got to check them out anymore. Shakur, hello, hello, welcome to the chat. The Hen Stakers, hello, hello. Myrius, 1982. Desert Drippin', what's happening, man? There's a familiar face for sure. How you doing, brother? How are things? How was your Thanksgiving, man? Yeah, hopefully you had a nice little Thanksgiving. God bless the USA and nowhere else. Yeah, Chuck and man, I'm 110% on board with USA only. Stop all the wasted foreign aid, stop giving away all our taxpayers' money, and focus on Americans and American infrastructure. Dude, you're 110% right. In fact, most of what I buy, I try to buy from U.S. makers and stuff. Like Phobos Knives is a USA company right down in Tennessee. Leatherman, Yoyito, they make hand fishing reels, hobo reels, right down in Ocala, Florida. Simple Shots, another U.S. brand, Vargo, Grail. Yeah, yeah, definitely. God bless the USA, man. Yeah, we're a huge advocate of yeah, beyond America first, but yeah, just America. Like, gotta get it straightened out. Um, are you looking for something more compact or the most all around? Um, I would recommend this one here. Hold on a second. We got knives everywhere. This is the Phobos Knives Tier 1 BC in Magna Cut. PVD coated red G10 liners with double micarta scales. It's got a ferrocium rod notch here. This thing rocks. We'll get this going again soon. It's also got a bow drill divot, so if you had to do a friction fire, you've already got that portion of it done for you. And it's Phobos Knives is owned by Eric Hansen. He is a 22-year veteran of the U.S. Army. He served as an 18 Delta Special Forces medic, and now he's the owner, designer, and the man at Phobos Knives. Yeah, so if you're looking for a utility combat fighter type all around knife, survival, yeah, this is probably the best bang for the buck I've ever found. Yeah, it was small with just my sister, and it was awesome. Hope you and your wife had a beautiful Thanksgiving. Oh, Desert Driven, we went to town, man. Yeah, I got completely out of control for Thanksgiving, and I made a huge pork shoulder pulled pork. I made two racks of delicious pork ribs, barbecue pork ribs, and then yeah, some pork sausage with that. Then we had some mashed potatoes and biscuits and some corn. Yeah, man, we had the full pork um, dinner, and then we hung out with some dogs, you know. Oh man, I've got a bunch of the pulled pork. I haven't got much of the ribs left. But yeah, dude, we'll have to if I make it out that way for sure, we will we'll do, or if you make it out this way, dude, we'll grill up some stuff. Oh, I used man, I did it in the house up here in New Hampshire. It's too cold out. It was like oh man, it was only like 20 something degrees yesterday. But yeah, I just did some liquid smoke, got a little in the oven recipe. Do a rack of ribs in like yeah, like 5 6 hours roughly, depending on how thick the ribs are. But yeah, man, we had a grand time with that. I got an inch knife. Would like to discuss if you're okay with it, sir. Yeah, sure. Love to hear about your knife, man. Oh, Sigman, what is this knife called? This is the Tier 1 BC. Phobos Knives, Phobos. Stands for four operators by operators. Yeah, it's like 11 and a quarter inches overall. It comes with a Kydex sheath. Um, this is the Kydex sheath that it comes with. Sweet. So yeah, it's rock solid Kydex, just like it should be. No shake, no rattle, all that good stuff. Alien Emerson Wave Karambit. Sounds interesting. Emerson makes great knives. Karambits are cool. Bushcraft, I'll have to share some real Texas barbecue with you. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I can do much better. Yeah, dude. One of the things we do on drop zones is we used to eat a lot of food, dude. Um, in fact, I was at one season down in Zephyr Hills, Florida. Everybody got in this beef jerky make. Like everybody was making beef jerky, like pounds of it every week, and you would like make a huge batch and pass some around, and became quite the social thing as well. Like yeah, this unofficial 6 month long beef jerky contest that I think everybody won because we just feasted on beef jerky for 6 months. Um, oh, quick draw. That's a night. Yeah, I'll probably check it out later. Alien Emerson Wave Karambit. Yeah, usually I end up geeking out on knives a little bit more than I should sometimes, but yeah, hey, life is good, you know. So yeah, but yeah, desert driven. We went the whole pork route, just because man, that whole certain group of people been bugging me, and it's supposed to be sacrilegious if you eat pork or something. So um, Cannon, what's happening, brother? Man, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Or yeah, we chatted earlier. Yeah, man, I gotta stop pounding monster drinks at like 11 o'clock at night. Not the sharpest thing I do. Yeah, we'll pull out the. But yeah, my man, somebody's got to do it, right? So I figured I'm gonna be up for a while. Mrs. Bushcraft isn't getting up till like 3:30, so I'm like, oh, I'll see what everybody's doing and play with some gear and stuff, playing with the knives, playing with the tools. Yeah, typically we always have a turkey, but this year we did a ham with all the typical side. Yeah, same here, man. Typically we do a turkey or a ham or both. But man, I was just wanting to make some barbecue. So yeah, it came out good though. I mean, everybody was in a food coma, so yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, definitely a military thing, right? Yeah, you can't help it, man. And why not do something, right? Yeah, I'm really trying to get this channel like up and going. So I figured, the more I do, it's not going to hurt. Isn't that what they always say? Like, you got to feed the algorithm. You got to constantly be posting or doing lives or something. Yeah, typically, yeah. Imagine this, right? Yeah, and I'm a huge gear geek, man. It was my whole life, so I can't help it. I love gear, man. If it wasn't for gear, I'd be a multimillionaire by now. The handle of the alien is like a spinal cord type structure. Oh yeah, you had ribs this year, Cannon. Me too. Yeah, man. I made 2 racks of ribs. I did one like a honey barbecue, and another rack of ribs like sweet and spicy. And yeah, man. Then I had a huge pork shoulder. I mean, it cooked down probably. It was still like 2.5, 3 pounds, easily 3 pounds of pulled pork, maybe a little bit more. Like we ate a bunch, man. We hardly put a dent in it. Yeah, I'm always smoking something on the barbecue for hours, low and slow in the past month. I smoked a brisket pulled pork ribs, and some beef ribs. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm the same way. Like we get, oh yeah, and the nice part, we work long days, So yeah, you could set it and then just like every 3 loads, the plane has to fuel. So you'd run over and check the smoker, make sure everything was good, go back to work. Like so, yeah, like every like 55 minutes to an hour, we get like a 10-minute break, and that's what. Yeah, I'd run over, check the smoke. Somebody else would. You could have other people keep an eye on it, man. Yeah, we'd dude, we've done whole pig roast, like an entire pig roast at the drop zones, man. Those are outstanding. What should I try there, Jacob? Yeah, and then I always throw a little extra hot sauce on mine after I'm done cooking. Yeah, man, the right hot sauce has got to be, got to blend in. Yeah, desert driven out your way too, man. In the summer, you don't even have to have a. You just got to put food in a barrel; it'll smoke itself. Like, yeah, it gets crazy hot out there. 100, yeah, 115, 120, and that 100, yeah, 110, 115. Bacon wrapped cubed pork with Parmesan cheese on top. Yeah, I think I've had that before. Um, yeah, I think I've had that before. Another one. Have you ever had filet medallions? Like, that's some good stuff. Yeah, whatever, Saudi number one. Take a hike. We don't care. Now you're why would man? And they wonder why we don't like certain people. Like they always got to be like, oh, I'm Saudi, I'm Iran, I'm Iraq. Like whatever, dude. Nobody like if you want to come in here and talk about gear, that's cool. But if you want to come in there and be like, yeah, your country kicked my ass, I don't care. Like, we haven't got time for that kind of poo poo soup. It's constant tending every half hour to an hour to keep the temp right. Brisket and pulled pork usually takes me 12 hours. Yeah, ribs are usually 6 to 8 hours. And we did. Yeah, I've been on a little bit of a pork kick lately. I'm like, hey, honey, make sure you get some bacon. So yeah, this is the Yoyito hobo hand reel, hobo fishing reel. Yeah, it comes out. It's like 64.95, just for people that want to know how much. And yeah, there's no link or anything. This is the reel. Oh, CNC milled aluminum. They have like an option. You can get it with the line and a couple things, or you can get just the reel for like $50. Oh yeah, burnt ends are the bomb too. Yeah, man, all that stuff is good. Even like a good smoked sausage, it just doesn't get better. I mean, unless you have like filet medallions or something, like filet mignon, but even better. I've never bought them. Um, I I had some. We got a friend that's a chef down in Zephyr Hills, Florida, and he would always get these crazy deals and make like just it was like Kobe beef filet medallions or some stuff. Just outrageously good. Oh, what's the softest part of the pork? It depends on how you cook it, right? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I know a good pork loin is good. That's what I missed out on yesterday. We should have threw a pork loin in there as well. That would have been delish. Desert driven. What's your advice on cooking the pork loin? Like, and I've got some good sized pork loins. Like I've had some you like butterfly cut it, open it up to yeah. Otherwise, the thing will be in there for like 20 hours. Yeah, that doesn't come with it. If you get the package deal, of course it includes the case, some weights, and then a little assortment of hooks, swivels, things like that. Yeah, but this is made in the USA, Ocala, Florida. Cannon, I agree. And the bark that you build on a brisket after smoking for hours, yeah. I need to learn how to cook. Yeah, Jacob, you do, man. It is when you learn how to cook, it's delicious. And if it's not, you order pizza. But, because there's a learning curve to everything. Sometimes, you might kick back a couple extra beers or two because Cannon's telling you some more stories. And next thing you know, the temperature went a little too high. And yeah, yeah, definitely cook more, dude. Dude, and you save a ton of money. You can, if you're one of those people that can't cook and you eat out, for what you spend eating out, you can eat like a king every like 7 days a week. Like, yeah, don't eat out. That's just horrible, horrible, horrible. So yeah, so my active hunting and fishing is this Yoyito reel here, because you can catch some fish with it, right? And it's active. It's not like setting one of those survival traps or something. So it's active. You would want some like yo-yo reels or whatever. You could have some stuff set up. Um, and same thing with hunting, like using a slingshot, a small slingshot. You can take small game, no problem. You can take like squirrel, pheasant, quail. Yeah, you could even, yeah, definitely shooting the tree rats. You've got options, and it's pocket size. It's, believe it or not, a 3/8 inch steel shot for a slingshot weighs the same exact as a 22, but the whole round, like shell and everything. So you could easily carry 150 rounds, or steel bearings for for your slingshot, and then you've got your active hunting for small game, right? I mean, clearly you're not taking deer, but like I said, small game like rabbits and squirrels. Chipmunks probably too small. What are you gonna get like a half a bite out of that thing? But yeah, you can definitely do some of that. And then you've got your active fishing, and then along with like I was talking about getting like the Yoyito, or not. This is a Yoyito hand reel. The yo-yo reels or something like the automatic reels. You can set them up like traps and stuff, as a passive way of fishing. Along with the slingshot, I plan to include some just small snares, and then I can set up some snare traps. Same thing, small game, rabbits and squirrels and stuff. But then yeah, you've got that would be your passive hunting. So you've got your slingshot there for opportunity, and then some wire snares. Bushcraft, it's all in taking your time and controlling the temp. You can't. Oh yeah, desert. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, and that is the hard part, is controlling the temp, depending on what you're using. I've never used any of that high end computer. They've got the computer controlled pellet stoves and stuff with fans. Yeah, we use old school smokers. Um, I mean, I can cook, but I want to learn to do the fancy stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to take duck with it. You could snare a duck for sure, but I don't know if I don't know if that'd be yeah, I suppose if you upgraded to like larger bearings and stronger bands. Yeah, you could probably, like, if a duck is sitting in a pond or something, but that would be like survival scenario, so it's kind of hard to go out and test it. Anyone can take out a squirrel with a 50 PMG. Yeah, and then yeah, you've automatically got squirrel burgers, man. That thing's gonna be Hamburg. Like duck, right? If it's stationary. Oh, I like bow. I'm an archery geek for sure. Yeah, I love archery. I've got my own easy press. I build all my own arrows and everything. Yeah. I've always got my stand release handy dandy. It's kind of hard to show a compound bow on a tabletop, so we're gonna get to that eventually. But yeah, completely. Yeah, love archery. I mean, I like the pew pew too, but man, I enjoy some archery. And in fact, I'd like to get more into traditional archery. I've been eyeballing a Hoyt recurve for a couple years now. So yeah, when I've got the extra money, I'll have a recurve on here, compound, and I gotta own a crossbow at some point. Holy shit! It's like what a 5-inch bullet. Jacob never heard of it. Yeah, can't Cannon knows. Yeah, nothing sings like a Ma Deuce, right? That will ruin your day. That'll destroy your day. What am I talking about? Yeah, I know. I get confused because we were talking about a slingshot. Yeah, how do we go from a slingshot to a 50 BMG? Wow, that's all, and that's why I love the interweb sometimes. Tony Sir, Tony Sauce Man. Oh, from East Tennessee. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat, man. Yeah, I just had Kapow. These come out of East Tennessee. Phobos Nice, for operators by operators. Yeah, Eric Hansen is out of Tennessee. I know guns that used to be in combat. Oh, right on, Jacob. I've got some 50 cal rounds. It's a fun conversation piece. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you're right, Cannon. Those are a very fun conversation piece. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. Like, yeah, man, like I was saying, I traveled so much I couldn't keep track of anything. And it's so expensive to ship everything. I would just like, man, I've given away like PlayStations and Xboxes, televisions, all kinds of, and things just came up more missing over the years, or yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have yeah, I don't have any fancy collectible stuff. I'd like to get a couple rounds from like an A10. Yeah, Jacob, I was Army. Um, yeah, in fact, that's where I started jumping was in the Army, and then excuse me, when I got out of the Army, I got into skydiving full time. Got a 25 millimeter. It was acquired. Yeah, that's awesome, Cannon. Or a 155 howitzer round. An inert one, not an active one, dude. But yeah, just kind of like more like a showpiece. You stand in the corner. Yeah, little 13 Bravo gun bunny history there. For me, it was more security, but I trained a lot with spec ops. I used it's kind of funny. I was a 13 Bravo in the Army, and as a civilian, I trained tier one operators. Um, so that's kind of I did more for the military as a civilian than I did in the military. So yeah, solid decision on my behalf. Something I definitely don't regret is yeah, but I did use a lot of combat because it was VIPs. Oh yeah, 105. Yeah, I was 155. Yeah, and very short lived. Um, yeah, I decided it just wasn't wow, no offense. And I definitely don't mean it offensively, but yeah, 13 Bravo field artillery wasn't exactly my thing. Wasn't digging it, so I decided to go and do other stuff. I did go to airborne school. It was part of my contract, and but I got stuck in a leg unit, so I wasn't even jumping. I really wanted to jump. That was like half the reason I went in the army. But so I started jumping at civilian drop zones, and that picked up for me. And then when I got out of the Army, I got into professional skydiving. I jumped for a total of 27 years, from 1993 until 2020. I've got about 19,000 jumps altogether. So, yeah, part of my job was yeah, a bunch of friends and I, we got together. We created a company called Flight University, and it specialized in advanced canopy piloting techniques, both HAHO and Halo. And I'm an FAA certificated master parachute rigger. So I also taught like advanced packing at like packing parachutes, training military riggers and stuff. But yeah, we've worked with tons of tier one units. Yeah, of course, Navy SEALs, Army Special Forces, and the Army RRC, yeah, what is it? The Ranger Regimental Reconnaissance Company or whatever it is. And we also did stuff with different units from different countries as well. Different units from Europe and stuff. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I taught them some things too. Yeah, cool. Me and my brother, 57 and 60, just lately getting into serious camping and kind of prepping. This might be the right up our alley. Well, yeah, Tony, we're definitely getting into a lot of it up. Yeah, we're going down a lot of those different roads. Building the channel as it goes. So if you're starting out, we're starting out kind of thing. I do have a lot of experience that I base it off of, but yeah, just kind of hit the reset button in life. So hey, man, jumping where it's at. It is a one hell of a lifestyle. Yeah, when your job is jumping out of airplanes 7 days a week for 5 to 7 months straight, then you take a couple weeks off, do it all over again. That is high speed, low drag. Oh yeah, yeah, man, you should see my X-rays. I've got a total of over 1 year of my life on crutches. I've got like over 54 weeks on crutches just from less than desirable landings, right? We'll call it that, man. Or a ground density test gone wrong is another way I like to put it. Oh, right on. Yeah, thanks for the kind words there, Desert. I don't know if you dealt with PTSD, but if you did, how do you deal with it? I just PTS. Yeah, I just don't. I think the more you make it an issue, the more it's a problem. I've seen some nasty things. Um, Part of my job as an FAA master parachute rigger is when there's a fatality, I go in with the FAA inspectors to inspect the gear. That's my specialty. Is the harness container system, the AADs, the whole, like every piece of skydiving equipment. So when they're doing the inspection to find out what happened, how it happened, who's at fault, is anybody at fault, stuff like that. Yeah, I go in and I do the inspection. I also assist the medical people if there was an accident, and they're still alive, which is a good thing, but they need an ambulance or a med flight or something. I have some pretty decent medical background, but as well as my knowledge of the gear, so I know what webbing to cut, where to cut it, how to cut it, the easiest way to get them out of a jump rig. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen some carnage, but yeah, it's just part of life, I mean, what we're dealing with isn't as bad as what people dealt with like 3,000 years ago. I mean, this is just things happen because people are being stupid. Oh, right on, Australian Army. That's awesome. Man, Australians are awesome people. I've never met an Australian I didn't like, I don't think. I'm sure there's some like left wing libtard Australians out there somewhere I'm sure I wouldn't like. But all the ones that I've met are just absolutely awesome. And you guys are so brave. You live someplace where you're like the kangaroos outnumber you, man. Like that's something you got to deal with on a daily. But yet, Australians keep hammering away at it. Yeah, Jacob, kind of like forensics. Yeah, doing research in this stuff. Um, we interested in uh, what if mode can we make with out the grid? You know. Yeah, I mean you can definitely survive off the grid. I've done it a bunch. Um, yeah, it's definitely doable. But yeah, there's a million and one variables in there, and you got to kind of like base it off of geography. You know, like desert driven's out in the desert versus me in the Northeast. My kid is going to be completely different than what his is. I mean so yeah, you got to start it based off of geography, that financial ability. You know, what's your economic situation? What are you looking to surpass? What are you carrying for gear? I have a live planned for today at like 2 p.m. I'm gonna go through my chest rig. Um, so that's kind of like it's the basis one piece of like the survival kit that I'm building, survival bushcraft, whatever people want to call it nowadays. Cannon. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll contact you on that email just like you did. That's gonna scroll away before I don't even have a pen here, dude. Yeah, so Cannon, my email is on my YouTube channel page. It's under the information there, and that'll you don't have to write anything down. It's right there. Are you talking about going off grid? I mean, living off grid it's highly doable. But it depends on what level off a grid you want to live. You know, are you gonna? The hard part with that is property. You know, you can't be on like national forest, private property. So you still have to come somewhat be on grid, unless you're just going to be completely nomadic, and you really have no place that you live per se. The problem with me that it's hard to sleep sometimes uh, because I wake up cold sweating and dragging it out. Yeah. Cool, brother. I will subscribe. Hopefully, see you more on here later. Got a bill. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're trying to like quickly increase the volume of content and everything that we do with the channel. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of our stuff popping up. I mean, we've got man. In fact, we just this is 1 year. As of yesterday, we did 1 year worth of lives every Friday and Sunday for 1 year straight. So now we're gonna just start adding a lot more to that. I'm gonna start posting a lot more shorts again. I'm gonna do some more random lives. But yeah, I actually like grossly exceeded my goal. So if I did two a week for the entire year, that was 104. We actually hit 115 lives for the year. So yeah, we even went a little over, stuck to our schedule. Yeah, it was an awesome year. It's been great. The channel like doubled in size, so now we're gonna really try to get it going. Yeah, it's peaceful sometimes, to be honest. Gotcha. Jacob, I go live definitely every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and Sunday mornings by 7 a.m. Eastern as well. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, both times are easy. And then the rest of the week is random pop-ups. Like I might do something like this. Yeah. But yes, Friday nights at 8 p.m. And yeah, like I said, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. If the shit hits the fan, we get survival bags, ammo, other stuff. World messed up. Yeah, yeah, it is, man. And it's kind of like now I think Americans are realizing like stupid stuff is happening here, and we need to be prepared for it. Yeah, with everything going on with the Islamification of everything, and them wanting to start conflict, and yeah, just the staggering amount of violence you see daily in the U.S. now. I mean, look what's going on in Europe. That's going to be the United States in, I'll say, 6 months to a year. I mean, look, they got the stuff going on with the Somali Muslims in Minnesota. They got the stuff going on in Dearborn, Michigan. They just got a crazy socialist Muslim mayor in New York City. They're building they want their epicenter to be in Texas. So they're actually building an entirely Islam, Muslim only type. Well, they're not saying Muslim only, but come on, let's be real. They're building that in Texas. It's called Epic City. Check it out. So yeah, I have a feeling things are going to get really nasty. And stuff that used to happen like every couple years started happening every year. Now it's happening like multiple times a week. The amount of crazy stuff that goes on in the U.S. right now is just, it's insane. Yeah, for me, I only need my trusty AR-15 blackout and my Smith and Wesson. Purifier, reason they get caught with their pants down, bad going to Abraham Lincoln's greenbacks. Yeah, what's your 30-06? Yeah, I guess those aren't as powerful as they used to be anymore either. 30-06, huh? Wow. So yeah, so that's what we got going. We're definitely increasing the content quite a bit more. Yeah, so you can definitely be seeing a lot more. Um, yeah, so we get into a lot of like bushcraft survival. I also do like well, a lot of hiking and stuff, but a lot of cross country mountain biking, like bike touring. One of my goals on the channel, I've ridden my bike from the Northeast, like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, whatever, New York, down to Florida and back like 17 times. Um, so my goal is to do it again, but this time I'm going to do video and pictures, and we'll be posting it on YouTube. Oh, like red crayons too. Yeah. What's your question, my man? Yeah, 300 warning bread. Okay, dude likes bread. You like homemade bread or just you like Wonder Bread? Um, what kind of hatchet hand axe do you bring into the woods usually? I've brought all kinds of stuff in, but currently I have a Granfors Brooks wildlife hatchet. Yeah, one of these. It's got a 13-inch handle. But yeah, Granfors Brooks, hand forged heads. Yeah, great hatchet so far. I plan to get their axe as well. I'm gonna get the small forest axe and the Scandinavian axe, and then kind of go from there. Oh, the green thing is a slingshot. Warning, kick rocks, little boy. Yeah, he's a tool. It's all right, man. Um, yeah, don't know what your thing is with bread, but good luck with that. But yeah, this is one of the cool things about Granfors Brooks is the guy that built the axe. They actually initial it and stuff like that, so it's kind of personalized and cool. Definitely a cool feature, and Granfors Brooks has been around for a long time and has a great reputation. So yeah, it's definitely a solid hatchet for sure. Yeah, like I said, Granfors Brooks has a great reputation, but it comes with a price tag. That's not your $40 or $50 Fiskars, Gerber hatchet or anything like that. They definitely come with a price tag. I want to say somewhere's up around 180 or so. I'm more of a hand-to-hand combat guy, to be honest, but I have to use a weapon. I'll use the rip rounds on it. Yeah, I'm sure, Jacob. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all set with getting in any hand-to-hand with anybody. Um, I think it works great in the movies, but in the real world, not so great. Yeah, 300 great is yeah, 300 blackout is great for CQC, but terrible anywhere else. Yeah, desert. I haven't gotten my hands on one yet on the 300 blackout, but yeah, I hear it's a short range deal. Like it packs a thud, but yeah, not very far. I'm not against spending a bit more for quality. No, man, and I'm all about that. Like everything I do is quality over quantity. Buy once, cry once. Yeah, I mean, I've been around long enough. I've lived those mistakes. Like you bought some gear thinking it was going to be the bomb, and then it just ends up being junk, and then you replace it like 10 times over. Like hypothetically, you've got a cheap folder or something, and it doesn't last long, and you break it quickly. Yeah, buying 10 of them at $50 a piece, or buying one a year or something, isn't as frugal as spending 250 or 300 on a good quality knife that lasts you like 10 or 15 years. Yeah, I broke fixed blade knives. I broke folders. I broke all kinds of gear, and yeah, my claim to fame as an adult, as a grown up, when I was grown upping for a living, yeah, gear was my life 24/7. Being a master parachute rigger isn't a job. It's not an occupation. It's a lifestyle. And unless you're like OCD and geeking out on gear, yeah, you definitely won't make it. But yeah, so I understand quality control. I've worked in production for wingsuits, actually R&D and test jumping, doing wingsuits, doing harness container systems, doing base jumping harness container systems, parachutes, modifications for parachutes. We're doing crew work, all kinds of different stuff. Um, I'm looking, I can find it, and all I see is links. Yeah, it should be a link on there. It should have my email. Or it's just like Bushcraft Rebooted at gmail.com. If I'm forced to go long range desert, it depends on the situation for me. I had a $500 blade, Japanese. If I have a long problem, I'll stick to my 308. No problem for me at 1,000 yards. Yeah, that's a good shot, desert. That's a really good shot, man. Unfortunately, where I grew up, we don't even have 1,000 yard range. I don't think anywhere. It's really kind of wild. Yeah, we're not a lot of opportunity for long range stuff. So kind of like just always aim small, miss small. If you're getting 1,000 yard shot off in New Hampshire, it's from one hilltop to the other. I respect homie. Wish I would have went down the path everyone talked me out of it. Oh, what path is that, DJ? Oh yeah, dude, I only have a few years in the military. Everything else I did as a civilian, but as a civilian, I worked with the military still. Not actually, it was quite a few years. Um, yeah, like I said earlier, I've done a lot of work with the military and advanced canopy piloting stuff in HAHO and Halo applications. Because the military doesn't really jump all that much. Like when you hear military jump numbers, like that's a week for a professional skydiver. Like I know a guy that was a Green Beret for 22 years, and he got 88 jumps in 22 years, including his AFF, his accelerated free fall, which is like they call it military free fall or whatever, but it's a civilian course. Yeah, 88 jumps in 22 years. Man, I've done that in a busy like 4 day weekend. Yeah, you can. we can get up about during peak when we've got a lot of sunlight, we can get 25 to 30 loads up in a day, and I can turn loads all day long. Yeah, you get like a 15, 20-minute break on altitude going up to 14, jump out, drop your rig, somebody else packs it, grab an already packed rib, grab your student, whatever, get back on the plane. Yeah, do that for 10, 12 hours a day. There's tons of places you can jump, and I'll tell you, jumping a modern ram air like rectangular parachute is like 1,000 times better than jumping one of those rounds. When you jump around for the military, it's more of a cargo chute. You can slip a little bit, but you're not really flying it. You're not piloting it. You're at the mercy of the winds in a bad way. It's not a highly steerable canopy. It's designed to get somebody from the airplane to the ground as quick as possible without doing damage. But a modern ram air parachute, dude, you are a pilot of that canopy, and you can do some amazing stuff with modern ram air parachutes. And me, guys, I hate people talking down on something they don't know. I'm not piloting this life. I've been given what's the difference. Oh yeah, yeah, no worries, man. Oh yeah, that dude's a turd nugget. Yeah, military is pathetic. Yeah, dude, get a life. You're pathetic. Like the what an absolute loser. Has to come on the internet at, like, I don't know where he is, but damn, it is 2:21 in the morning and the dude wants to go off like a tool. What a sad excuse for a human being. Did you see MDT announced a slingshot? Um, no, no, I didn't see that. You might want to think about a different screen name. There, Mr. Nocturnal. Yeah, dude, you're one of, yeah. Change your screen name, dude. Oh yeah, yeah, we got, yeah, the only loser is that old man crying on alive. Yeah, yeah. Dude comes back. I have a private army, man. Dude, if you got a private army, what are you doing cruising live chats on, Saturday morning at 2:21 in the morning? Like, you're so pathetic. Like, really, you're one of those kids that, yeah, you were a mistake. Like, you're never gonna amount to anything. You probably can never get anything right. You probably can't keep a friend for more than a couple weeks, unless you're paying them or something, bribing them. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got a private army that's better than the active duty military, and here you are, 2:21 in the morning, cruising live chats. I highly doubt it, dude. Let me guess, you're a billionaire too, right? And yeah, you're a pathetic excuse for a human being. Um, that's awesome. Oh no, I got him. I got him. Yeah, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't think it would take 5 minutes. To submit somebody like that, you probably just got to hurt their feelings. And then they start hyperventilating and uncontrollably crying, and then they lose complete control and pass out because they're just that worthless of a human being. Um, yeah, what's everybody carrying in their pocket today? What's what's your EDC knife? I am still carrying my Spyderco Sage 5 CF, and we've been rocking this genuine EDC everyday carry for a year now, every day. No other folders in my pocket but this one. Um, oh yeah, yeah, Trevor. It's a prestigious award from Italy. It's Fragile. Man, I love that the missus got that. She thought it'd be great on here. And yeah, it's been a big hit, man. Everybody loves it. Yeah, I know, right? Desert, yeah. I've got my own private army, but I'm gonna troll at 2:30 in the morning on YouTube because yeah, yeah, what a tool. Yeah, just a leg sweep. Oh, Kershaw, man, I'm kind of back into Kershaw's, or like ZT, which is a subsidiary of Kershaw. Um, I EDC my Civivi. I forget what it's called. No, that's cool, man. Hey, as long as you know what it doesn't matter what it's called. Yeah, I've been brain farting gear my whole life. Um, in fact, it's weird because now if you don't have like incident information, people are like, oh, you lying, you're not telling the truth. You would know it. Like, no, really, I don't know what that shit's called anymore. Um, yeah, hey, dude, man, you just got a great. It's the same EDC knife, right? Nah, just bring me a beer. I'll do the vodka. Oh yeah, Canon's still rocking the CRKT M16. Yeah, I gotta check one of those out at some time, Canon. Those are man, a lot of people talk about them. I've seen them. I've almost bought one, but I just didn't. But now I think I might. I might. I gotta kind of like, yeah, isn't that part of? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should add more knives to the channel? Like, I've already got like an insane number of knives. I've got like 13, 14 knives altogether now. Yeah, maybe Civivi Recon or something. We'll just call it the Civivi Get the Job Done. I'm sorry. Cannon was fighting a mouse in a bat. Did you win, man? Did you just scare him with angriness? Trevor Collins, mine's a K-bar karambit, right on. Yeah, I like the. Yeah, Jacob, I kind of like, man, I was into Benchmade, but yeah, I think they got carried away with the greedflation. Like their prices went through the roof. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I can't support that kind of greed, you know? Just not that kind of guy. Um, how do we feel about the kukri? I mean, I like kukris. I love kukris actually. Yeah, in fact, I've been eyeballing the Extrema ratio kukris for like, man, I don't know, a couple years now. But they're expensive. Yeah, they're a few $100 a pop. They've got like a small and a large one, but yeah, I love the kukri, and it should have like a companion blade with it or two. Like little ones. Like this isn't a good example, but like that's why I piggyback a knife was I saw a kukri years ago and had like these two little knives. One was for eating, one was, I don't know, for cutting your nails, whatever. My grandfather had it. I thought it was awesome. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like a knife with knives. Like you got a big knife and it's awesome. So I've been running a piggyback system forever. And this is the tier 1 mini with the tier 1 BC. But I'd like to do like a kukri version at some point. I have been checking out Extrema Ratio stuff quite a bit. Because it's Italian. Maybe they're from Fragile. It'll be fun. I can't. Did you submit it with the rear? Yeah, it's it. Can't submitted the mouse with a rear naked choke. That's priceless. Um, what a kukri is kind of like, it's like a large knife slash machete, but more like heavy duty, kind of like a smash it kind of thing. Yeah, they're impressive in that. Yeah, yeah. How was everyone's Thanksgiving, man? We had a blast. We had a full barbecue Thanksgiving with a couple racks of ribs and pulled pork and some sausage. Uh, yeah, what else? Mashed potatoes, some corn, some biscuits, a couple of pies for dessert too. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of we ate a ton of food. It was awesome. It was great. I hope everybody's Thanksgiving was equally as welcome. And we usually do turkey and all that stuff, but this year we just decided hey, let's do it different. I've been really upset about the whole invasion that's going on by a certain group of people. So I just felt good eating nothing but pork products all day. Yeah, I think the only non-pork product we didn't have was the apple pie and the chocolate pie. That's it. Everything else was, we had pork. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt good. It made me feel warm and fuzzy inside, the way that, bacon should. Yeah, yeah, Jacob. It's kind of like got a curved blade to it. Um, and they're large. Some are like 15 inches, 19 inches overall. I think that's what the extrema ratio is. I think the smaller version is 15 inches or so, 14 and a half, 15 or something, and the larger one is like 19 inches. So yeah, it's kind of like a short but heavy machete with a curve to it. Oh, oh, nephew, they're yeah, you can't have those on lives. Yeah, no pew pews on lives. I mean, it amazes me how many people don't know that. This is the first time you've ever gone into a live chat and said, "Where's?" Yeah, they don't even like you to say that word. That's how bad it is. But no, we're not being censored. You're free to say whatever you want. They just shadow ban you and cancel you. Yeah, yeah, I've known about kukris for a long time. It's not something. I never got into the real big knife thing. I really didn't. In fact, this right here is on the size knife that I like. I do believe it's like 11 and a quarter inches overall or something. In fact, oh, here it is. Yeah, this was a knife I was using. This is a Spartan Blades Horkos. These are in S35 VN as well. And I replaced it with the Phobos Tier 1 BC. And you can see that this is kind of like the knife range I like to be in. And if I had other knives that I owned before this, if they were still around, you would see that this is kind of like the primary size of my knife. Yeah, yeah, oh shoot, we can't how come you can't bring the Jacob, because too many people were unaliving themselves on live videos. I'm sure people saw it all over the news. It was all over the news. But yeah, there were tons of people that would, be unhappy, whatever their reason is. They would unalive themselves during a live to like make a statement to whatever, blah blah blah. So now they don't allow them. In fact, if the YouTube algorithm picks it up that it's on there, it automatically ends your live, and then you can it's anywhere from 7 days to 60 days. You can't do a live again. So you end up in YouTube jail for could be as high as 60 days. Oh, I've been looking for Jacob. Which one have you been looking for? I like skinnier blades. What's the name of the Spartan? The name of the Spartan blade is the Horkos. In fact, this one's for sale. I have three Spartan blades that I have for sale. That one, um, and I'll tell you up front, all three of them cost about I think they're around a little over $900 with everything. I've got the Spartan Blades Frike, which is like their EDC utility fighter type knife. I've never gotten into a fight with it, so I've got that knife, and then because like I said, I've been piggybacking knives for years and years. I've got the Enyo piggybacked on here, and I'm selling all three knives for like 4 and a quarter shipped. So about $400 with shipping. So about 425. Every day carries Scottish Claymore. Not sure what it is. Oh, I forgot about that. My favorite blade is a scimitar. I don't know why I think that the shape of the blade is amazing. Yeah, yeah, Trevor, scimitars are amazing. Um, yeah, it's a unique, definitely a unique one. I'm not selling just one. I'm selling them all. Like, because then everybody's gonna chop it down so much. I think that like 425 for like $900 worth of knives. Like that's just the way I want to sell it. I don't want to piece it out. Channel recently got a strike for. Yeah, yeah, ground fog. Yeah, tell me we're not. Our speech isn't under control. Like completely is. No, I don't have an actual Bowie knife. I'm not into like once you get over a knife that's in this size category, like it's 11 and a quarter inches overall, so figure on average a 5 to 6 inch blade. Typically once something goes beyond the use of a knife, that's where you bust out your saw or your hatchet. I definitely I've been using silky saws for like well over 15 years, so I usually have a silky saw with me. Yeah, Trinity. That is the Simple Shot Scout LT2. Yeah, yeah, man. I love the flat band slingshots. They're big fun. Jesus Ford. Yeah, Jesus is Lord. Yeah, we're not gonna do any Bible thumping in here. I don't support religion on any level. I think it's the root to all evil. Um, yeah. If you notice, all these major religions come out of that little armpit in the Middle East, and everybody's trying to take leadership of everybody else. You got one group trying to take over the world. You got the other group saying they're God's chosen children. You got another group, saying that whatever. Um, and then Stan Lee took the pagan religion and made comic book characters out of their gods. So eventually, everybody else's gods is going to become comic book characters too. I don't know how else to put it. Like it really baffles my mind that much that and I was raised Catholic and I went to all the classes and they freak out like a cult anytime you ask them a question like where's the proof or how could this guy do all these miracles back then but he hasn't done shit in 1800 years. If he hasn't noticed things are falling apart down here, how about you intervene and like set these other people straight? Because every religion is like, oh, you can't worship other deities, and yeah, it's just a bunch of malarkey. Sorry, dude, but do your Bible thumping someplace else. Like, really not interested, man. Um, I swear every other stream on time is a worship stream. Yeah, I don't know, Jacob. I'd have to think about it. Send me an email. It's bushcraftrebooted at gmail.com and yeah, we can definitely talk about it then. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think it's a fair price, and because then yeah, the other problem is shipping's such a screw over deal now. Like that's the other thing. You start everybody wants it for a lower price, and then instead of paying shipping once, I pay shipping 3 times. So that's a huge cut. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't really want to break up the set, but it is what it is. I didn't know knives were single shots. I'm not sure where you got knives were single shots. Are you talking about the simple shot slingshot, which is what this is? Simple shot slingshot. Which one? The Horkos? I think that one's the same thing, around like 11 and an eighth or 11 and a quarter. I don't know. I haven't measured it. I'm just curious how many people out there measure their knives. Some people, I know some people memorize it, but I don't know. Like yeah, If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Actually, the overall on this one is about 10 3/4. Yeah, overall is about 10 3/4. Um, and the cutting edge is about 4 3. Or no, I had a I had the tip coming out. That's yeah, we can do this. Come on, Ricky Bobby. That's what I was. I was gonna go by Ricky Bobby. That was the thing. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, about 10 3/4. Um, yeah, but yeah, 10 3/4 overall, and the blade, the cutting edge on the blade is like just shy of 5 inches, like 4 7/8. And then it does have a finger choil. So yeah, shake and bake. Well, that's that's the whole thing, man. If I were selling all three knives, I was selling all three of them for 425. So, but yeah, dude, if you want to pay 5 or 600, yeah, dude, the PayPal is Bushcraft Rebooted 74 at PayPal. Yeah, dude, I'll get that mailed out to you right away for 600. I'm not gonna cut anything there, guy. We're looking right now. We're behaving ourselves tonight. Some nights I'd be up in here starting things on fire, to be honest. But yeah, we figure we'd behave ourselves a little bit tonight. Oh yeah. Oh, Groundfog, thanks for dropping that. Yeah, hey Groundfog, you should drop your Discord too. Groundfog here has a Discord where he gets in all kinds of conversations with survival and prepping and all sorts of things over there on Discord, so you can chat it up with people whenever you want to. Lots of good information out there. Maverick, yeah, it's a simple shot Scout LT2. I highly recommend it. Great pocket size slingshot. Yeah, hey, the frame is the frame, the bands are the bands. And yeah, simple shot. Yeah, they're made right here in the USA as well, US company. So yeah, Dennis the Menace called and he wants his slingshot back. Dude, that Dennis the Menace is written after me. Yeah, I drove my parents insane growing up. In fact, I made Dennis the Menace look like an ordinary kid. Oh, how we doing on time? We're doing good. We got a little bit more time here. Yeah, the missus is getting up early for work, so I figured I was just oh, if I go to bed, then I'll end up sleeping past when she gets up to go to work, and we won't have our coffee. I missed out yesterday, um, so I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of awake. I'll do a live that'll keep me awake, and then when she gets up, I'll go have coffee with her. No, I don't have a Recon One. Yeah, Jacob, I would be home alone. Yeah, I think we've all got that inner demon going on. Like, there is nothing wrong with getting into a whole bunch of mischief. I completely agree. And good times were had by all. So I don't recommend this, but yeah, we're gonna crack open another crack in a can because this is the juice of life here. Oh yeah. Good stuff, guys. What's everybody drinking tonight? Or do I dare ask? Everybody's like, yeah, Washington apple shots, kicking it down with some Guinness. Yeah, you can tell when people have been kicking them back. They list off everything. Yeah, 7 beers, 2 shots, did a couple bumps in the bathroom. um, oh, come on, let me join you, sir. Now you're just trying not to sleep now. Yeah, well, man, because I'm telling you, yesterday I missed Mrs. Bushcraft going to work, and I do, man. That happens like 2 or 3 times a year, and then it drives me nuts. I'm like, you abandoned me. I throw her on a guilt trip. Like, you couldn't wake me up before you left for work. She's like, well, you'd only been in bed for like an hour or two or something, you know? I'm like, 8 shots in and 3 bumps. Yeah, Everclear and Monster. I don't know. I've never done the Everclear thing. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one. Yeah. What could pause? This is awesome. Yeah, I should do these more often. These are really fun. Um, and yeah, you meet up a whole bunch of new people as well. We also have some of these left. Anybody looking for stocking stuffers? We got the Troll Hunting Club patches, the FAFO division, as well as the coveted Troll Sniper. And yeah, we're selling both patches for 20 bucks, and that's shipped to you. So, and these are one of a kind. There was only we only had 50 of them made, and I may or may not do more if I don't know. So very very limited edition. Please don't my head spinning. Yeah, stay as far away from Everclear as possible. That is the true definition of alcohol and bad decisions. All right, Desert. How would you rate that to like Four Locos? The Four Locos, man, because that's I would give the same advice. Like yeah, like one or two of those leads to one or two dozen bad decisions for the night. What could possibly go wrong, right? Here, hold my beer. Watch this. Um. Oh yeah, what is it? Bad plans make for the best stories, though, right? And yeah, if it wasn't for drinking, people would have half as many stories. Everybody's got. Well, no, I shouldn't say everybody, but the vast majority of people. Oh yeah, they've all got like some really great drinking stories. Four Loco is a baby compared to Everclear. No kidding. Four Locos look like. All right, yeah. I'm glad I never tried that then. I've never been a great drinker, so I've always been a casual drinker. And yeah, that was one of those times I'm looking. And they're like, what is it? 2 20-ounce cans or something, whatever those things come in. Or maybe they're 24-ounce cans. I'm like, oh yeah, 2 24-ounce cans, like no big deal, right? Yeah, man. I slept that one off for sure. That was a plan gone bad. That was I would highly recommend. In fact, I think in the state of Florida they can't even sell them anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I call it the devil's piss. Let me give you an idea, sir. Yeah, that is priceless. Yeah, the only time I recommend giving people drinks like that too is if you're the cook and you made some mistakes. And then, yeah, with enough drinks, you can be the best cook on the planet, no matter how horrible it actually came out. Um, the possibility exists. I should fix this mess, huh? See, I went into this thinking like, all right, I'm not going to take much stuff out, um, right? Like I'll just keep a nice like limited amount of stuff, and I've got like stuff dumped everywhere now. Like yeah, actually, man, yeah, the OCD is not happy. That black knife on the right looks super cool. Yeah, winner, winner. This is the Phobos Knives Calcula. Phobos stands for four operators by operators, and this one is S35 VN steel, PVD coated red G10 liners with carbon fiber scales. And what's this? This is a one of a kind. This is unique. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And before it was mine, it was the owner of Phobos Knives. This was Eric Hansen's personal EDC knife, and that he very generously gifted to me about 6 or 7 months ago. So yeah, it's kind of a one of a kind, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, hey man, if you're a knife geek on any level, and yeah, I mean, think about it. If you're a fan of Benchmade or something, like Benchmade is your brand, and the owner's like, here's my EDC knife. That would be pretty. It doesn't matter what the company, if that's who you're digging. Um, I took one shot and fell down into a coma. Yeah, I think yeah, we all had our drinking days in our 20s and stuff. Deneen, how you doing? It's been a minute. How are you doing, sunshine? Or there's no sunshine right now for you in Alaska, is there? Is it that time of year? But we'll send you some sunshine. How was your Thanksgiving? Yeah, winter. Yeah, it's Makara, in my opinion, would be better, but it's yours. Well, here's the whole thing, DJ. If you think Makara's better, then I've got that too. Same S35 VN steel, with a stone wash instead. Red G10 liners with double black micarta scales. Um, yeah, man, I do like the carbon fiber though. I like the weight difference. I like the texture to the carbon fiber, but yeah, and that's why he makes different knives. Some people like carbon fiber. Some people like micarta. He also has G10, not just G10 liners, but G10 scales because a lot of people like that. So yeah, what do you think now, DJ, with micarta? And you could always switch them out uh if you wanted like micarta with G10 on a PVD blade. That's a cool part about owning both. Is yeah, if I wanted to switch them out, change it up a little bit, it's definitely an option. One of the main reasons I get PVD or DLC coated blades is I used to spend a lot of time down in like Florida, all over Florida, and a few years in the Keys and stuff. And man, everything rusts down there. So I got like maximum corrosion resistance I could possibly get with my dollar. Hey man, doing good. Yeah, it's cold, but Thanksgiving was great. Hope yours was great too. Yeah, Denny, we had a great time. Thank you. Yeah, we had a huge barbecue style Thanksgiving, which was completely different. We usually do the turkey in some way. In fact, a few years I've done fried turkeys, which I love fried turkeys. They're so delicious. But this year I was in the mood for consuming mass quantities of pork. Not because I'm a jerk, just because I was hungry. So yeah, we had a couple racks of ribs and some pulled pork and some sausage. And yeah, some mashed potatoes and corn and biscuits and apple pie and some fancy chocolate cream super pie. Which, yeah, meant 2 bites and you qualify as a diabetic. Some serious sugar in that chocolate pie. But yeah, we had an awesome time. California. Yeah, it's a prestigious award. It's from Italy. It's Fragile. Yeah, Diddy, we had a great time, and it's been cold here too. Like man, in New Hampshire, like it's been down in like the mid teens, like 12 to 17 or something, 13 to 18 at night, and only like mid 20s during the day. Like yeah, we get a whopping, but then the 30 mile an hour wind chill comes kicking in. And it's like pow, oh yeah, there goes yeah, now you're back to freezing your ass off. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Don J, I do, but you can't have those out on lives. Everybody knows this. Almost everybody knows this. Um, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of Beretta, Bushmaster right over in Maine. Yeah, love me a good Remington Model 700. Um, Don J sent 100 for 2 jewels. Right on, dude. Oh yeah, the lamp is priceless. It's been a great conversation piece. In fact, it was the missus was out. I needed a new light. One of my lights for the tabletop setup here like just crashed. It burned out. the warranty ran out, so it passed on to the electronics afterlife. So she was out looking for a new desk lamp for, so I don't get really bad shadows and stuff like that. I'm trying to be good at this YouTube stuff, and she got that. I wish I could sing his, but I don't have permission from my. Um, I like buck knives. I think they're great. I think they're still making them in the USA. Just kind of like I haven't owned a buck knife in years. I probably will again someday, but yeah, they're great knives, and they're not they don't beat up your wallet. That's for sure. If it's something that's in your budget, yeah, I mean definitely roll with it. I think yeah, I think for sure buck knives makes great knives. We were just looking at them the other day. I'm looking into maybe like a 110 or a 112 little set or something down the road. I've got some other stuff I got to do first though. Man, if I got projects, I've got Kydex projects and just different tools. I want to do yeah, I want to start building my own Kydex and kind of start running that as well. Subcompact, I used to carry a S&W Shield. Yeah, for like a mid-size, my preferred is the Beretta 84 FS. It's 380 ACP with 13 plus 1. It's got a double stack mag, so but it's a medium size. It definitely yeah, I've loved that thing for like 20 years. I like the Ruger Buckmark 22. Yeah, Don Jay, those are great. I learned on 22, so well, actually I learned on BBs and pellets, and then I ended up on 22s, and then I spent 4 years on the rifle team for my junior ROTC unit. So yeah, man, 22s are great, solid foundation for shooting. And on today's economy, you can actually get in some plinking time without destroying your wallet in the process. Yeah, Don J, I'm gonna do yeah some holsters, custom stuff for knives. Like I'm gonna do a Kydex version of this. I'll probably show it better with the knife. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a Kydex version of this with the piggyback and the ferro rod and the light and stuff. I don't put anything else on it. No, I lied. I usually tuck in a P38 or a P51 can opener someplace on the back of my knife. Um, yeah, I've actually taken a few out, but yeah, always got one handy. The P51 can opener, not to be confused with the P38. The P51 is on the left. It's the bigger one, and the P38 is the one on the right. I think I had that backwards for like half my life, to be honest. Somebody mentioned it in a live, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" I just had one of them out, and I'm like, "Well, now I'm gonna have to buy the other one so I can confirm like which one is which." But yeah, so the P51 is a slightly larger one. The P38 is slightly smaller. Proper spit roast pig is awesome. Yeah, you ain't lying, Brad. I've had a few proper split roast pigs. Yeah, man, we got some really good cooks at skydive centers. And yeah, there's nothing like having an all day pig roast while we're working and building up an appetite. And then yeah, man, there's yeah, we would devour the pig along with a bunch of sides. It did not last long. Don't I love my 1911, but I carry a 9. Yeah, I'm with you there, Desert. Yeah, I do love a good 1911 for sure. But I also like my favorite is like the Beretta 92 FS or the new 92 A4. I've been looking at that one quite a bit. Um, yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here. Just started carrying a Glock 43X MOS. Nice, Ken. How are you liking that? Is that is that like one of those mid-size or is that a compact? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not ringing a bell. Like, dude, it's hard to keep up with all the changes in nomenclatures and new models every year. Yeah, I didn't get deployed. I use PCP rifles. I just got out of the Marines. Oh yeah, we get it. We get a lot of Marines in here, Don J. Cannon's a Marine as well. Man, we love our jarheads. And yeah, 'cause my grandmother was the first jarhead I ever knew. My grandmother served in the USMC during World War II. Back then, they would call them BAMs, Broad Ass Marines. But yeah, she's awesome, man. She's the sweetest grandmother as long as you didn't upset her. Somebody cracked jokes, like that back Gen X, like it was rude to tell somebody, oh, your grandmother wears combat boots. In my case, I'm like, yeah, she does, and she'll stomp your skull in with them. You might want to mind your manners there, son. Yeah, it's a slimline compact. All right, yeah, got you. How many? What does that fit in there, Cannon? I got the Beretta 9 passed down from my grandfather to my father to me. Oh, that's awesome, California Republic. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely heirloom quality pew pews for sure. Yeah, you take good care of them, and those things will last you a lifetime, no doubt about it. Hey, what is the black thing on top of the knives? Black thing on. Oh, this right here. Um, this is a release for archery. Um, yeah, this catches on your knock loop, and then it locks closed. Yeah, you draw, and then pow. Yeah, so it's a trigger for your bowstring. It's a super hair trigger. This is made by Stan Archery Releases. Man, this one I think this one it's expensive. It's like $300 or something. But I've never had problems with it. I've probably put like thousands of arrows with this thing. It just stays where it's supposed to. I get called a blueberry. Um, yeah, does that answer your? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, these things are. I highly recommend them if you're going to get into compound. But I don't know how this ended up out here. This is how these nights go. We end up geeking out on all kinds of geeky stuff. And yeah, a $300 and change archery release is definitely geeky stuff. And it's all like micro adjust, and you can fine tune it. Yeah, it's even got like um, yeah. What the hell else does it do? It does all kinds of stuff. Um, but you never have to mess with it, man. It's one of those tools. Quality over quantity, man. The thing just once I set it up, I don't even know where the wrenches are for it anymore. It just stays. Can't complain about that. Hola, how's it going? You nodding? Yeah. Don, I'm sorry. California is not your friend with pew pews. Yeah, yeah. Desert Driven is spot on. Yeah, California is not spot on with pew pews, and California is also the only place I've ever been to that had coin-op showers, and I'm gonna be scarred for life from this. I can't lie. Like it was, I got in the shower ready to start a shower. I paid good money to be there, and they were coin-op showers. Like you had to drag a roll of quarters in the shower with you to take a 10-minute shower. And it was expensive too. It was like $1.50 for the first 2 minutes or something. Or $1.50 to turn it on for the first minute, and then 25 cents there. It was worse than a car wash, really. Um, yeah, on sweet. Yeah, a lot of people from out west. Well, you guys are like 3 hours behind, which makes sense. So all the people hanging out late. Um, I used to live in California. Moving to Texas was the best thing that I ever did. Yeah, desert. Yeah, I think the thing is though is when people leave California, they got to leave their like voting choices and stuff there. Same thing with like New York City. New York's gotten out of control, and now they're having this mass exodus and they're traveling all over. It's like, well, just don't be stupid and vote for stupid stuff like you did in that state. Yeah, California and New Yorkers, they got to stop. Like they vote for their own demise, and then yeah, crazy stuff. Um, I think everybody to some degree does some type of prepping in their life. Am I a doomsday SHTF? Oh no, nuclear fallout prepper? No. But I've lived in enough like Florida. You know, you're prepared. Like you have enough stuff you throw in your car. You know, if you have to vacate the area because you know a hurricane in Florida. So yeah, I have some like a bag with some camping gear and a bag with some clothes and a cooler with some substance. And yeah, if the situation arises, yeah, throw that stuff in the car. But no, I don't have a like 10 year freeze dried food stash with two 8,000 gallon water containers buried out back. No, I don't. So yeah, I prep for realistic occasions, things that could are probable to happen. And it shifts with the way the world shifts because my opinion on how I'm doing some prepping stuff is changing because of world theater. You know, just the economy in the United States, everything going on. And in fact, there's some stuff I'd like to do, I just can't afford to do. So I would like to have a certain amount of stuff put aside, just in case. So yeah, there's a certain amount of bushcraft survival prepping as well as adventure. I'm just one of those never stop adventuring, never stop exploring kind of guys. I'd rather get there by foot or by bicycle than any other way. Maybe flying is cool as long as I get to jump, but I hate landing with airplanes. Um, but yeah, California is not your friend for it. Yeah, they'll ask you for a permit just to breathe. Yeah, they want to tax you for everything out there. You don't see all those blue, green, and orange-haired people here in Texas like you do in California. That's all I need to say. Yeah, desert, but man, they're taking over. The Muslims are taking over there. In the state of Texas, in the last 24 months, they've built 48 mosques in Texas. Like 48 new that's two per month. Like and they're not lying about it. They're like, hey, we're not here to assimilate. We're here to take over. And they're gonna vote people in. That whole epic city that they're building there in Texas, they're not even applying for permits. They don't really care. They're just building whatever they want. So yeah, Texas, for some reason, Islam has a thing for Texas, and it's where they want their capital on this continent to be. Snow Racer, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. I live in a rooftop tent on a broken down UTC. However, the vehicle is fully self-contained, solar, water, gas, hot water, 12 volt, and 240. Yeah, Brad. Hey, I did a lot of extended trips, self-contained on a Cannondale, on a mountain bike. It definitely can be done. Yeah, and it it can be Mad Max. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. Like Mad Max has got some cool stuff too. I'm prepped without being a prepper. Yeah, I think some of it isn't really, like the Discovery Channel, History Channel prepping thing is it as it is more like like here's the way I look at it. Like all the stuff that you have insurance for, well, you have like health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, boat insurance, motorcycle insurance, homeowners insurance, renters insurance, and there's probably a couple other insurances I left out, of which we spend thousands and thousands of dollars on. It kind of makes sense to have a little, a $500 stash of food insurance for yourself, or health stuff like if you have somebody who's dependent on medication, it might be worth investing a few $100s into whatever their cost is for a few months of medication. With all the trade issues going on with the dragon country there, China. Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not insane doomsday prepping. It's just like logical, rational. The supply chain something could happen. Could be a natural disaster. Could be flooding, hurricanes, tornadoes, ice storms, blizzards. You name it. Could be a whole bunch of stuff. Could be a solar flare that has an EMP that bonks out all your stuff. Yeah, some of it's just common sense. I really I don't get into the absurd like I'm gonna build a bunker 500 feet underground to withstand a nuclear blast and oh, it's an 8 by 10 room, but a family of six is gonna survive down there. Like no, I don't not that. Just the logical, rational things that make sense. And like I said, we spend so much money on insurance, it's garbage. They don't want to pay us when they're supposed to. Why not invest a little money into, your overall health and well being of your family and loved ones, your local friends, whatever it is? It makes sense. Um, I'm sure, people in Ukraine were having a time of their life. Not a concern in the world. They probably weren't ready for anything. And next, their whole country, you got people fleeing certain areas because of war. Yeah, so it really depends on where you're living and what's going on in the world theater. Or, it could be natural disasters, all that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot to get into. Snow Racer doing good. I just joined the chat. Yeah, Snow Racer, I'm doing good. How about yourself? What's up? I've been searching for you everywhere, man. Desert. Oh, Desert Driven's being stalked. Being stalked on YouTube. I shouldn't laugh. I guess that probably happens on a regular, right? You all right? Hey, Desert, blink twice if you need help. Um, oh yeah, I live in. How about Austin, Texas? I hear they're pretty California out there. I'm prepared without being. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments, guys. I try to go through and make sure I answer everybody as best I can, and I even tell the people to piss off if they should piss off. If one of the moderators hasn't gotten to them first. Um, I'm talking about a. Shout out Lauren. She told me she's pregnant and we're about to have a baby soon. I'm gonna be a dad and she's a Republican prepper. I don't know. Some of that I don't know what. Congratulations. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. Yeah, I guess. Hey, we should be happy somebody's having a baby. Yay! I don't know. Um, I just get a little cringe because that just means you don't sleep anymore. So I hope they told him that part too. I'm all right, thanks, Bush. I do that as a cool, cool. Yeah, I can handle myself. Thanks, Bushcraft. Yeah. Wow, what are we hunting tonight? I don't know, man. I don't think we're hunting anything. I think we're seeking sanity. Whole lot of crazy going on, but we're having fun with it. That's the part that matters. Yeah, we're talking about a little bit of gear, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, and good times were had by all. Because this one time at Skydive Camp, no kidding. Um, well, how are we doing on time? Actually, I got a few more minutes. I can do this a few more minutes. I haven't heard her alarm go off yet, so. Yeah, we're hunting rabbits. Why'd you mad at me? Saw you ignore me and scratch your lives. Um, yeah, because what you said ticked me off, Desert. Uh-oh. It's going to be a showdown. There's going to be a duel at sunrise. Which is actually further away for you guys than it is for me. So, that's priceless. Yeah, that's one thing that sucks about the interwebs is man, like so much gets lost in texting, in messaging because like the lack of punctuation or are they excited exclamation mark? Are they asking question mark? Yeah, a lot of people leave out punctuation. A lot of things get abridged because if you've been typing for a while, you're just like, damn, how short can I type this? Yeah, so a lot gets so something to food for thought, before people get upset about a text message or yeah, I guess it's the live chat, the text messages, right? That's what it's called. Yeah, I always take that into account. Be like, a lot like not many of my friends are scholars, and I doubt many of you are scholars. I'm sure as hell not. So, yeah, a lot gets lost in text messaging, and so yeah, just always take it with a grain of salt and think that that's probably not how they meant it. It's just the way I do. Yeah, it was funny because I nearly cried. Um, how many have preparedness, antibiotics, bad infection, sepsis can be a life ender? Yeah, and you're definitely right. What was that company that was going around? You could actually order yourself Yeah, you would call up and they would do like an over the phone thing, and then you could get like different types of antibiotics for different conditions. Yeah, that's a solid one. Yeah, because I mean, just something simple like a tooth infection, bam, you're done. Yeah, yeah, it's spot on with that one. Uh, yeah, yeah, very important. And I don't even think that's having like adequate first aid around. That's having adequate medical supplies. Doesn't I think see, and that's how people prep. Like everybody got a box of band-aids, and just how far do you take it? And that's what a lot of people try to figure out. I think for some people it becomes a hobby, like an obsessive hobby. Like just building the most complete kit ever seen. Yeah, yeah, most definitely a slingshot. A slingshot is a lightweight, compact, inexpensive way to get small game. Yeah, you can get squirrels and rabbits and pheasant and quail. Yeah, you could probably even pop a few frogs. Have some of those fancy frog legs. Yeah, yeah, highly useful, active hunting. And I would recommend like a small snare kit to go with it. That's going to snare the same type of critters. Um, because yeah, depending on what you're doing out there, you're not going to have the ability to like, field dress and butcher a deer and cure the meat, and you probably won't have refrigeration. So I think the smaller the meal, the better, the less chance of waste. Yeah, I mean, like if you're traveling distance, where you can drag that deer with you, just not going to happen. So yeah, small game with a slingshot, and like I said, some snares as backup, along with this is a hobo fishing reel. It's made by Yoyito. Oh, it helps if I get. I'm looking at it from the side. I'm not looking at it on the camera. Like, good job, idiot. I've been doing this for a year. I've almost got it right. Yeah, but a little hobo reel like this is a great active fishing tool. You can fish with it just fine, but it's active. It's something you're gonna cast out in specific areas. And then likewise, you would probably have some yo-yo retractable fishing reels or something. I ain't, I ain't no hobo bush. Um, yeah, the hatchet is a Granfers Brooks wildlife hatchet, and yeah, they make some sweet stuff. They really yeah, their quality control is great. And they come nice and sharp as well. Yeah, great, well-made hatchets. Yeah, this is the wildlife hatchet. I haven't decided entirely. I'm gonna get a small forest axe or the Scandinavian forest axe, or maybe both. Um, Now what's that about? Oh yeah, that's a popular thing. This is a archery release. So it hooks onto your knock loop on your compound bow. So then you draw back and um, yeah, it's a trigger for your bow. Hopefully YouTube does. Oh no, he said trigger and that thing made a click. Yeah, man, those things are great. Yeah, it gets rid of all the confusion of finger slop and strings sway and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely a changer in your archery game. Um, yeah, yeah, and yeah, everything Granfors Brooks makes is phenomenal. They've been at it for a really long time. They fine tune their game. They care about their reputation, so their quality control is outstanding. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, it's gonna bust the wallet compared to like a Fiskars or a little Gerber or something like that. But yeah, you're getting what you pay for. Buy once, cry once, quality over quantity kind of thing. It looked like an old flintlock piece at first. Yeah, yeah. This is definitely higher end. Um, and yeah, you don't see a lot of these. Most people won't. Yeah, this is one of those expensive things. Most people don't want to spend this much on their compound bow. Forget about their release. Yeah, it was somewhere around like three and a half or something. Like maybe I don't know 7 years ago. I got that one. I'm 100% missing a preparedness survival leg lamp. You are well. That's you have to win it. It's a prestigious award. It's from Italy. It's Fragile. They don't just hand these things out to anybody, you know. Um, Mud, we can't. That's cool. I've never. Yeah, I'm 100% missing a bird. Yeah, but yeah, actually, I had one of the lights go down, and so I was getting a lot of shadowing. So, the missus went out. They were doing their Christmas shopping with the daughter and stuff, and and they were supposed to get a light so I could, not have like these crazy shadows coming from one side and blah blah blah. And they came back with this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna rock this out. It's, 'tis the season. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, we're trying to roll with the holidays here. Um, what did you compete at to win the lady leg? Oh, yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about that on YouTube. It's highly censored. Yeah, I could tell you, but then I'd get banned. So yeah, you just got to kind of guess. Um, yeah, how we doing? We're doing great. So yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, we're coming up on the 2 hour mark. Mrs. Bushcraft is going to be getting out of bed. We are going to be live again today at 2 p.m. because I told a bunch of other people would do a live again today at 2 p.m. Last Saturday we did one at 6 p.m. But we most definitely do our lives Friday nights at 8 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. both Eastern Standard Time. So, adjust for where you're at. And yeah, like I said, we'll be definitely back today at 2 in the afternoon. We got plans for that. We'll get into some of that later. But hey, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you're new here, welcome to the club. If you're a regular here, thanks for showing up, guys. We definitely appreciate you. Yeah, this channel's growing slowly but surely. We're getting there. Yesterday was our 1 year mark for. I did live chats every Friday and Sunday for a year. So hey, we're getting there. Pretty stoked about that. We did, yeah, 52 weeks, Fridays and Sundays. So we needed at least 104 lives, and I ended up with like 115. So we threw in a few extras, but we're definitely picking up the pace now. 2026 is going to be a huge year. We've got 600 acres out in Maine. We are going to go do some bushcrafting on. So one of the things was having some private property that I could do stuff unobstructed without violating local laws or people's private property, stuff like that. But yeah, so we're going to have access to 600 acres in Maine, and we're going to do some exploring, some adventuring, and most definitely some stupid stuff. Um, but yeah, we don't know what he's saying. We're not sure. But yeah, hey guys, thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate all of you being here. Yeah, hopefully you laughed a little. If you didn't laugh a little, hopefully you learned a little. And with a little luck, you learned and laughed a little. But we will definitely see you on the next one, guys. Be kind to everybody. Remember, everybody's kind of having a shitty day lately. The holidays here, people are stressed, so maybe make it a point to be extra kind to people. And hey, life will get better that way for some people. Most definitely for you if you're the one being kind. So, but yeah, I will catch you guys later. Everybody have an awesome day. Take care, be safe, and we'll see you later.